Peace, love, and happiness. Welcome to Homestaying with Worship Preacher Guy in a Hat. I know that there's one person, people concerned about me giving my dog bones that have been boiled. Now, most of them are cow bones. I gave him chicken bones when he was smaller, which he ate and he pooped out fine. You have to remember, he's a Malamute, okay? And they are a different dog than most people's normal dogs, okay? Their stomach alone is as well. Their stomach acid's stronger, and I do what my heart tells me to do. And I needed to feed my dog. And when looking into feeding your dog off grid, Malamutes, I ended up talking to a couple from Alaska. Part of their, they had on their website, they had how to regimented feeding of your dog, how to feed your dog and how much you need to have raise and everything else. And part of their main food source was chickens, because that's a lot of people who live off grid. It's chickens is their main food source, or is a chicken and eggs, right? So, and they do feed their dog full chickens. So they're dogs, because they have a sled team. So I appreciate your concern. I'm not trying to kill my dog. I've looked into owning a Malamute, and I believe that's what he is. His size says he's not a husky. They're all part of the same lineage, but he's a Malamute because of his size, and his dad's size. So, but yeah, my dog eats what he needs to eat. I boil the shit out of my bones and I give them to him. Most of them are too thick to do anything with. Oh shit! I think I just saw that was either a huge. I don't know what that was. That was it was hard. It was in the distance, but it flew down, and it could be a bald eagle, because there are bald eagles around here. I've seen a couple over in the last little bit. But the wingspan was huge. I was hoping it was a raven. I think there might be a raven that might be starting to nest over not far from here. Once I get my drone up and running, maybe I could check it out. Because I really want a raven. And I know it's illegal and you're not supposed to and blah, 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 blah. But I really want a raven as a pet. And if I can get an egg, I will get an egg. If I can get a baby, I'll get a baby. I remember twice over the years, it cost me a case of beer to pay someone to go up a tree to try and get me a crow. Crows are very aggressive as well, and they protect their family viciously, and neither one of them ever made it up the tree. They made it about maybe a little over halfway. They nest really high as well, right? So they end up coming back down, and the deal was, you get me the crow, I'll give you a case of beer, but I gave him the case of beer anyway because he earned it. Both of them did. Those are two different times. Anyway, so don't worry, I'm not trying to kill my dog. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I've done the research, and Malamutes are a little different than most dogs. I'm just going to say that. And he seems to be perfectly fine so far. He loves his bones. He's got so many bones, they're everywhere. But I boil the shit out of them. As for yeah. So, yeah. And the meat I'm giving him comes from the butcher. Like, the bones come right from the butcher. So I'm not really not that worried. I was worried when he was drunk because I didn't know what had happened. And I know alcohol is not going to kill him. And don't think he had a liking of it, so that's good, because if he did have a liking for it, then because animals do develop likes. When they were doing a study on monkeys on an island, Some monkeys will run up and they'll steal they steal your drinks, right? And because they want the sugar. But the same percentage of monkeys become alcoholics as humans become alcoholics. They found, and these monkeys will go grab a drink and find out there's no alcohol in it. And they don't want it. They go, God, find another one with an alcohol in it. So, but he's not like that, so that's good. So, anyway, peace, love, and happiness. That's all I got to say about that. I'm going to enjoy my day. Probably, well, I'm going to attempt to. My brain is still blah, 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 blah. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Peace, love, and happiness. No disrespect. But I did my research and I talked to people who are actually doing it and in it. And when you live off grid, you eat what you can eat. I'm eating beans right now and lentils because that's all I got. There's some other stuff, but we got meat. But that's my filler right now. So anyway, peace, love, and happiness. We'll talk to you later.